Yeah. All right, you guys. So if you guys remember, this is Chico. When he came here, he was basically emaciated, but he had really long, fuzzy hair. Now all that hair is shed off and he's doing fantastic. Shane was nice enough to donate a teeth float, so this horse's teeth have been floated, and he is absolutely fantastic. Him and Risky are best friends. This horse is doing much better. If you just saw that big step right there, everything is healing in the rear end, and he is actually to the point to where he's pretty much rideable again. But what I did want to show you guys was Risky. We got Risky caught, and we are going to saddle both of these horses and ride them. And everybody keeps asking us about doing a draw. So what we're going to do is we are going to do a draw. You can send $50 to Cash App, or you can send $50 through the website. Basically, you can go on our website, and there is a thing that says Risky Draw. You pay $50. You can pick as many of them as you want. So if you want to put it on a credit card or a debit card, you can. There was some speculation, that Risky must have died and we were trying to raffle him off, or, I bet he's emaciated. Actually, no, he's doing fantastic. The reason we've decided to do a Risky and Chico draw is because they're best friends. They have been living together. As you can see, they're hollering for each other. They love each other. So we would like to be able to do a draw for the pair. Hi, buddy. And we are going to saddle both horses and ride them for you. We have been doing some rehabilitation on Chico. And that way, if somebody... No, ma'am. Uh-oh, you're going to have to stay at the house. I like you, but you got to be nice. She probably just doesn't know about little people. But unfortunately, little people don't know about dogs either. Hayes is like, I think it's a gremlin.
She's a nice pup. She just never met a little kid.
Nope, Tinley, don't get... Tinley, pull your pants up. So this is Chico. And like I said, him and Risky have been living together, so they are just super bonded. So we have decided that it would probably be in their best interest, maybe, if somebody was interested in both. What we'll do is we will draw, and if the person who wins can only take one, we will draw a second winner for the other one. And then that way you guys can stay in contact with each other because they're best friends. I mean, they've been living here together since December. They've been in the same pen together since December. They're not herd bound on the trail or once you saddle them, so that's a plus. But right now, coming out of the pen, they are a little bit, but you have to remember that horses have herd mentality. So you can't be upset with them for doing what comes natural to them. What I do like, though, is that you can saddle both horses and ride them away from the other one, and they don't try to go back. But they are concerned. But Chico is doing much better. We rehabbed him pretty hard when he first got here, and I feel like we made a lot of progress because he couldn't put weight on the hind left leg. But now he's back to where he's probably ready to start. Yes, Victoria, you can have your choice. So it's $50, and you can go on the website and pay. When we get to 150 people, we're full because we're going to do both. And the winner can choose if they want one. They can pick both, or if they can only take one, they can choose which one they want, and we will pick a second winner. But both horses will be homed from this giveaway, and that will get them, to a great home. So you can kind of have your choice. Now, Chico is an 8-year-old, and he is actually really well broke, and we've decided today that we are going to home both of them. So the winner can take their choice of both. If the winner is like, hey, you know what? I can only have one. I want Chico. We'll redraw, and the second person can pick Risky. But it'll completely be up to the person who wins the draw. And as soon as we get full, we will draw. You can go to our website, which is jtlivestock.com, go to available horses, and there's a thing that says Risky Draw. You can click on it. I do have to edit it. You can pay with a debit or credit card, or you can Cash App. As soon as you Cash App, there are instructions for you to text me. You can pay through Cash App, or through the website. It's completely up to you. You can buy as many spots as you want to buy. It's $50 a spot, so 3 spots is $150. As soon as you buy your spots, you're just going to reach out to me through text message and let me know. We already have 2 spots sold. We have 2 spots sold. And I will have the list available as soon as this video is over. I'll take pictures of both horses. And Risky's eye, I know that some of you guys remember, he is partially blind in his left eye, but he is doing fantastic. He's definitely going to be a great horse for somebody. And I want you guys to see he is in good condition. It rained and he laid down and rolled in the mud, but I want y'all to see that he's in great flesh. He's just worried about where his friend is, but he's a beautiful horse. He's one hand fancy broke, and he trail rides beautifully. So anyway, he's a fantastic horse. We're going to put them right here, and Tylen is going to start riding them, and we'll get some videos of them riding so that you guys can see kind of what you're taking a chance of winning. And again, if you can only take one, that's fine. Take one and let us do a second draw. So the other one gets a good home. If you can take both, even better. They would love to stay together. So you're going to get your choice of one or both. And it's $50 per spot. And the saddle draw is also full. And we will be drawing for the saddle. We were supposed to do it yesterday, but the weather got kind of crappy here and we got super busy. But this horse right here is doing really good. He's actually gained a tremendous amount of weight. There's just a little bit of rib, but not much. All that nasty hair shed out. Shane was nice enough to donate a teeth float for this horse, so he had his teeth floated. Once all that long, nasty, matted hair that was all over his body came out, he did have a little bit of rain rot underneath, but it's been treated. We will continue to treat it. One hand fancy broke. Both of these geldings are one hand broke. That means they neck rein. You can just put one hand on the rein and kick back and just go ride. Both of these horses are nice. They're pretty uncomplicated under saddle. Risky, having some vision impairment in his left eye, does kind of equal that you do have to work with him a little bit. But whoever wins the draw gets 7 days free board. From that point forward, it's $25 a day. You have 30 days to pick up. If you don't pick up, you forfeit your win. You do have to pay for a travel pack. Risky has a Coggins. This horse has one. I don't know where it is, so you will have to pay for a new Coggins on him, just because I'm not going to stress myself trying to find the old one. I'm sure it's in my Global Vet link somewhere. They have become great friends. But if you win and you only want Chico, that's fine. Or if you win and you only want Risky, that's fine. We will still turn around and redraw for a second home for the other horse. So I just ask everybody be realistic about what you can afford. If you can't afford both, don't have a place for both. And you will have to sign a contract that they are getting a lifelong home. They are not available for you to take and resell. If for any reason you ever cannot take them, you do have to send them back here. You do not get to resell them. So you can't take one and sell one. That's not an option. They do have to be provided a lifelong home. You will have to sign a legally binding contract that states that if you relinquish your rights to either horse without it being directly to us to pick back up and bring back here, that we can sue you. So you do have to be very responsible about this. If you do take both horses, make sure that you can afford both horses. If you choose to take one and not the other, we will redraw and allow a second winner to take the other horse. But again, all parties that take one of these horses off this property will sign a legally binding contract that if for any reason you cannot keep the horse, you have to let me know, and you have to give me 14 days to pick them up. So we will pick them up if you cannot keep them. Well, June, here's the thing. If they can't, then the horses can come back here with no questions asked. We'll be more than happy to pick them up. So there's a, and the contract just basically states that if for any reason you cannot keep the horse that you have acquired, all you have to do is to let us know. And within 14 days, we will have transportation at your facility, your house, wherever, to pick the horse up. And we won't ask any questions. We will pick them up and bring them back here. it would be wonderful for them to go together. As you can see, now that they've settled down, they're not overly herd bound. They're okay. They just have been together. So we have a star party, you guys. Send stars. We need 2,500 stars. Thank you so much. So we do have an active star party. Please send stars. We have 200 stars so far. So we need 2,300 stars. Thank you so much, Kathleen. We have 700 stars. Thank you guys so much. So it's just very simple. We're just asking that if you enter, please make sure that you have the ability to take both horses. If you choose to only take one, that is no problem. All right, you guys, we need stars. Thank you guys so much. He is beautiful. Nana Cheryl, thank you so much. We achieved that star party awfully fast. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. So the winner can choose to take both, or you can choose to take just one. Regardless of one or both, you will have to sign basically that you understand that if for any reason you cannot keep the horse, that you will allow us, and that within 14 days we will have the horse picked back up. And somebody asked about a refund. There's absolutely no refunds. I don't know what you would want refunded. Your $50. No, there's no refunds. Once you send your money, it is definitely gone. So is the draw open to send entries? Yes. So you can send $50 per entry. You can enter as many times as you want. You can get 4 entries for $200 to Cash App, which is I Ride a Rescue. Or you can go to my website, click on available horses. I will post a link in the comments, and you will be able to, absolutely, you can still send money to draw. Absolutely. We need to fill it. We need to get 150 entries to be full. We will draw as soon as we get to 150. If nothing else, if we are over 100, we will still probably do a draw. We need to get to 150 to really make it worthwhile. But well, Kathleen, one of these horses would probably be beautiful for you. Perfect. I know he's not blue roan, but he is a dun Appaloosa. He does have tiger stripes. Actually, he may be Grula. He's a cool color. And the other horse is a true dun. And Risky is 12 and Chico is 8, I believe. They are 12 and 8 years old. Tylen is going to saddle him. Yes, Penny, we sure are. We are doing a horse giveaway. We are going to give away the pair. If the winner cannot take both, it's completely understandable, no problem. And we will pick a second winner. So the winner will have their choice of both. If you cannot take both, I completely understand, and we will choose a second home for the second horse. But we are trying to make some space here, and these are horses I do not want to go to slaughter. So we are trying to get them homes so that they are not... this horse right here was kind of one of our duders. We spent a lot to rehabilitate him because he did have an injury in his left hind. He is getting much better. He is going to be sound to ride. He is probably 85% healed. At this point, he just needs some exercise, some long, slow rides to help heal, you know, the rest of the tendons and ligaments, get them stretched back out, get that scar tissue stretched out. So anyway, he just needs long, slow rides at this point. Risky is 100% sound. He has minor vision impairment in his left eye, but it does not affect him, and we will ride both of them so you guys can see them. I may also include Jacob in on the draw, so maybe you can, you know. Chico is an 8-year-old ranch gelding. He unfortunately got his, he was sold at Billings in the catalog sale. He brought $47.50, and then in the back pins, $47.50 or $67.50. He brought quite a bit of money. The next day when they went to load them, He was completely lame. We didn't know what was wrong. Jacob ended up taking him off of another buyer's bills to just bring here to try to rehabilitate. What ended up happening is it became very apparent that right here where you see this spot, after having the vet look, I think a horse probably cornered him and just started kicking him and like kicked him over and over again. So he had some muscle damage. He also had bruised bone. They thought also maybe it also might have tilted his pelvis. So he needed a couple of months to heal. So what we've done is given him a couple of months to heal. We have done PEMF therapy. And what the vet said is that he will be sound to ride. Long, slow rides shouldn't bother him. If you're going to ride him, probably a little Previcox wouldn't hurt. Basically, long story short, this horse is going to be rideable, but right now he's just at the phase to where he's healed enough you can start rehab. So you have to remember that injuries often come with rehabilitation. So what little bit of lameness we still see can actually improve. It's not going to make him worse to start exercising him. It'll actually make him better. So he's ready for rehab. And Risky doesn't have any problems. Risky's got a little bit of vision impairment in the left eye. Super broke. He's not the most trusting horse, but once he gets to know you, he's fantastic. So whoever takes Risky on will just have to remember that you're going to have to do some bonding. He can be a little tough to catch. But once he knows you, he'll meet you at the gate for treats. So he's actually a fantastic horse as well. He just needs a little bit more help to be trusting. So he's going to go ahead and bridle Chico, and he'll come out the end of the barn and we'll meet him over there. So it is $50 per spot. When we get to 100, we will draw, but if we get to 150, we're full and we'll draw at that point. Let's say that a week goes by and we're at 120. Jacob and I talked about it, and you know, we want to find the horses great homes, but we really need to get to 150 to be full for both horses. Come on, Tinley. Jacob said if we get to 100, we'll still draw, but we'll just draw for one horse, not both. You got the ball? I love Amazon Prime. I love Amazon Prime. All right, you guys. So this is Chico, and I want you guys to see Chico is one hand broke. Chico's left hind leg is where he was injured, and now he does need long, slow rides. Basically, Chico was considered kid-safe, bomb-proof for anybody, and the left hind is getting better. We have been doing some PEMF. As you can see right here, he is one hand broke. You just kind of turn him back the other direction, and we're not going to ride him a whole lot. What we do know is that this horse is ready for long, slow rides. That was what the vet said, and that was about 60 days ago, and we gave him 60 additional days. The horse sold out of the catalog at Billings. He brought upwards of $5,000+. I don't remember off the top of my head the exact price. The problem that we saw is that after the sale, horses cornered him and started kicking him. They bruised the bone. He had a little abscess. He got cellulitis. It was basically, probably, we couldn't x-ray into the pelvis, but it looked like maybe they had kicked him and tweaked his pelvis is what it looked like. All of the muscle atrophy that he had in the top of his croup has started to go away, and he is starting to rehab, and he's absolutely broke for anybody. He's a wonderful horse, and that hip will continue to get better. Long, slow rides. He doesn't need to go be a barrel horse. He doesn't need to be jumped. But if you're just going to trail ride, he will continue to get better. And you can see right there coming up the hill where he's having to use it. He had to just take little steps. And if you end up winning and you don't want to take Chico because of this, it's okay. You can choose to take just Risky. But this horse is a good horse. You can see on flat ground, he's much better. And at this point, it's actually not really a lameness. It's actually a gait impairment. And as he gets rode, it will continue to get better. But the vet 60 days ago had released him for long, slow, easy rides. We gave him an additional 60 days. PEMF helps. Previcox, just to control some inflammation, will help. But this horse is going to be a fantastic horse, but he is just going to need a little bit more, just a little bit more slow, easy rides. And probably by fall, this horse will be sound. You just have to give him some time. But you can see where, Tylen, put your hand on his croup. Right there on the left side was divoted all the way in, and that is starting to fill back in. Oh, Risky. Don't let Risky fool you. Once he's saddled, he is a champion. What? I know. He's okay. Don't let him fool you. He's being dramatic because his friend got taken away. But you can see that this horse is doing good. He is very much so rehabilitating. This is 100% better than originally. He could not stand on the left leg. He would tote it up off the ground like it was broke. We did some x-rays of the ankle, hock, and stifle, found nothing. The only thing that we could think is maybe if there was anything going on, it would have been in the pelvis. That just takes time to heal. But since all the muscle atrophy is going away, we know that this horse is getting better. All right, that's good, Tyler. We can just... That's actually a really nice horse. He had I'll just kind of show them. Basically, after the sale, they pin all the horses in the back together. They basically cornered him and kicked him. And this right here had big divots in it. Well, he got cellulitis and it abscessed and drained. But this part of his hip looked like a basketball had been taken out of it. And now when he stands up, like it's actually, like you can see right there, step him up. Like it looked like there was a basketball missing on this side. There was a huge divot, and now that's starting to fill back in. Like it's not, I mean, it still has some muscle to regain, but it's not at all like it was. So anyway, he will continue to get better. He just needs some time. And at this point, the last time Dr. Curry looked at him, she said she really feels like it's more of a muscular impairment. And as that starts to stretch out, it will continue to get better. So that will get better. And she said there's a big difference between being crippled and having a gait impairment. And right now she felt like it was a gait impairment. And he will continue to get better. I just do not. And so we did give him a little trial so that people can see that he's safe and that he is not dangerous. We also will continue to PEMF him, which is a therapy device. And at this point, he is going to have to be ridden, Anne, because it's going to take slow, easy rides to help him rebuild those muscles. So while you might not like it and it might hurt your feelings to ride a horse like him, without somebody riding him and exercising him, he's probably not going to get better. He's going to need to be lunged a little bit. We were told that it could help him to lunge over ground poles to where he has to pick the back legs up. But he's got to start to work to rebuild the muscles in the hind end. So lots of people don't like stuff like this. They want to tell you how to, they want to tell you how to handle your livestock. I understand, but this isn't the time or place for that. So I can tell you that we have done a lot to save this horse's life, because when he sold and got in the back pins and they kicked him, the person that owned him let Jacob take him off their bills because they didn't want to have to deal with it. And I'm sure that had he not come here, he would have gone straight to slaughter. So the horse is getting better. He is walking better. The muscles in that hip are finally starting to come back. So that is a good, strong point that the muscle is coming back. It's no longer a huge dip. So he's actually not buckskin. He's done. But now that he's standing on it, I'll show you guys how good he's standing flat. I want you guys to see this muscle right here was hugely gone. It dipped in like a basketball. And you can see that it's starting to come back. And it will continue to come back and get better as you guys, give him some physical therapy. All right, so I'm going to end this video. We're going to swap him and Risky out, or you want to just swap them? And we will be back live in about 5 minutes to go ahead and do, so that's right. I mean, The thing is he's probably not as good as he could be if we would already be doing the physical therapy. We have been told on more than one occasion that it's good to go ahead and, you know, start lunging him at a trot, even over ground poles. And the horse is not actually hurting. He just has a little bit of a gait impairment. As you can see, he wants his friend, but he's not a shit, so he won't actually set back. But he's like, hey, I want my friend. And these horses have just been turned out together and they have not been being used. So we decided that what was best for them was to couple them up, let them try to find a home together. Maybe somebody out there is looking for 2 pasture pets. Maybe somebody's looking to do trail riding, whatever. But yeah, it is so important to start doing the rehabilitation on this horse because, you know, he's perfect. So if one of you guys is a nurse or you were a nurse and now you're retired and you have some time on your hands and you're looking for a friend, this horse is actually really gentle and he's really calm. And, you know, even tied up right here, he's wanting his friend, but he's not setting back. He's not being bad. He loves cookies. Chico is actually my friend. I really like to go check the horses in the back. I always stop. He comes right to the fence. But this horse deserves to be rehabilitated, and there's so many of you probably watching this video that don't want to invest a ton of money, but you have the time and the resources to give him a forever home, and you would love to be able to see about doing some rehab. There's also a saddle pad out there that has some bungee cords that as he starts lunging and trotting, you can use that saddle pad under your saddle, and it's got like a, basically like a bungee cord that goes behind their butt and kind of helps to build hind end muscle. He's only 8 years old. Chico is only 8 years old and he's sound every single way except for that hip. We do know what happened. He sold at the auction. He was put in the back pins and another horse, maybe 2 horses, cornered him and just started kicking him, and they kicked him and kicked him and kicked him, and they injured his left hip and pelvis, the left side of his pelvis. And at this point, he is going to continue to get better. He does need, yes, the EquiCore is great for lunging. Yes, Victoria, that's what it's called. You know what? An adjustment would be fantastic. If anybody wanted to donate that, Miss Kathy is coming on the 25th. Two Crows, stop. Don't, Two Crows. It is $200 for a full adjustment. Miss Kathy is coming on the 25th. If somebody wanted to contact her and pay for that, we absolutely would allow you to do that. So, all right, you guys, we are going to, it's starting to rain. So we're going to put him in this pen right here close to the barn. Curtis Lowe sold. We actually had somebody pick him up this morning. So we were going to include him in this and you could have your choice. But when Curtis sold, we decided to pair these up. Look at Chico being... So Lori, if you get in on the draw, we have transportation anywhere in the U.S. at a discounted price. So do not, I know it. So do not hesitate to join the draw because we do have transportation anywhere in the U.S. All right, you guys, we are going to put him up and I'll be back live with Risky in just a minute. So make sure you turn on notifications. We'll be back live in 15 or 20 minutes with Risky.